Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Now today I'm going to be talking about the Talladega weekend. That have been for the Cup Series, Xfinity Series, and the Truck Series. This is obviously the playoff Talladega race. And it was actually a decent race for the Cup Series, a very controversial race for the Truck Series. And the Xfinity race was just, yeah, not a lot of people, not a lot of people really remember it. But, yeah, but the Cup Series was a pretty good race. There wasn't a lot of wrecks, which is good. But luckily, no injuries, no like horrific accidents. Good battling as well, 4 wide, 3 wide, and then for the Truck Series, we'll get to that in a bit. But before we get into that, let's talk about next week's schedule, which is the Charlotte Roval. This is only for the Xfinity Series and the Cup Series. This is also where we got to see Marco Andretti. He's going to be in the Xfinity Series field for Big Machine Racing, and Connor Daly, he'll be in the Money Team Racing, the 50 car. So it'll be interesting to see how these IndyCar drivers go, especially in NASCAR stock car. So first off, for Saturday, October 8th, and at 10 a.m. we have practice, and 10:30 a.m. we'll be qualifying both from the Xfinity Series. That both of them will be also on Peacock. Will be streamed on Peacock. Noon, or if you watch on USA, it's 12:30. Will be practice for the Cup Series, and 1 p.m. will be qualifying as well for the Cup Series. Both of them will be on USA and Peacock. And at 3 p.m. Eastern Time will be the Xfinity Series race for the running of the Drive for the Cure 250, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Carolina. That'll be on NBC, Peacock, PRN, and SiriusXM. Wait, I think because I keep saying that this is Peacock. I don't think it's actually Peacock. It's streamed on NBC Sports. I don't think it's actually Peacock. I apologize. That'll be, and there's also a press pass as well after the Xfinity Series race if you're interested in watching that. On Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time will be the Cup Series race for the running of the Bank of America Roval 400. That'll be on NBC Sports, PRN, and SiriusXM. And then there was also a press pass as well after the Cup Series race. So let's first start off with the Truck Series, and that was won by Matt DiBenedetto. Yes, he has finally won in one of the top 3 Premier NASCAR series. He has finally done it with Rackley War Racing. In second place, got Ben Rhodes and Brent Holmes, Ryan Preece, Christian Eckes, Haley Deegan, Chase Purdy, Colby Howard, Parker Kligerman, Tyler Anchorman at top 10. Sorry, my brain was a bit slow. I apologize. Then we got Caden Honeycutt, Clay Greenfield, Derek Krause, Chandler Smith, Timmy Hill, Parker Retzlaff, Zane Smith, Kaz Gralla, Jack Wood, and Stuart Fraser ran out the top 20. To the rear, only one driver, that being Caden Honeycutt. He went to the rear due to unproved adjustments. 4 drivers failed to qualify, that being Tim Vines for G2G Racing, Spencer Boyd for Young's Motorsports, Jason M. White for Ryan Brothers Racing, and Natalie Decker also for Ryan Brothers Racing. I'm going to show a video of this because this was actually on national television, on the news in America. In lap 19, Jordan Anderson's truck catches on fire, tries to climb out of the truck while moving. So basically, the truck was moving and was actually heading towards the inside wall in the backstretch, and he was very lucky to not get squashed. He was taken to the hospital. I'm pretty sure he has second-degree burns on his hands, chest, legs, but where else he has second-degree burns in. But his burns are pretty very, very severe. It is obviously a horrifying wreck. I think it was electrical I think it was an engine failure, if I remember correctly. Then the engine caught on fire. He was also running in the top 5 as well when that was happening. So very unlucky there for Jordan Anderson. And once again, he was very lucky to not get squashed between his truck and the wall. Lucky as well. He also didn't get he also didn't go flying, which is also a great sign. Obviously, I can also understand why he wants to rush out of the truck. I mean, it's on fire. He doesn't want to get burned. But I mean, he did get second-degree burns, so I guess it didn't really do much. But at the same time, at least he was out very, very quickly, which is a great sign to see. And I do give him thoughts and prayers, and hopefully he is okay for the next race for the Truck Series, which I cannot remember on top of my head. I know they do have a week off, so hopefully Jordan Anderson is is ready maybe for next time he races in the Truck Series this season, or even maybe next season as well. Lap 20, Jonathan Nemechek wins stage 1. Lap 27, Colby Howard spins after losing the tyre. That will not be the last time we get to talk about Colby Howard. Okay, I think I made a little mishap here. Lap 40, Chandler Smith wins stage 2. Zane Smith has a flat right rear tyre. On lap 44, Lawrence Allen blows a right front tyre. Might have been actually the lead, like, I think I might have been lap 34, my bad. Lap 63, this was a very interesting thing that happened. One of Haley Lee Deegan's tyre carrier runs onto the infield grass to chase a rolling tyre. Keep in mind, the race was still green. It was still green, and the crew member decided to run onto the track, which was very stupid. But I mean, I don't know if the penalty will be in place, but I'm not too sure. Probably not. Maybe for the crew member, but not for the team. Lap 73, once again, Colby Howard spins out. Lap 89, Carson Hocefer unintentionally, in quotation marks, spins out. It was intentional, and he was also held, I think, for one lap after that happened. And lap 95, in a classic controversial finish in Talladega, Matt DiBenedetto wins the Chevy Silverado 250, getting his first win in the top 3 Premier Series. Now, that's a controversial, may ask. Well, let's just say the caution came out. So originally on the line, it was actually Brent Holmes who won the race, but I think they went back before the caution. Well, when the caution came out, and Matt DiBenedetto was in the lead during that, so that's why DiBenedetto got the win. It's not because of, like, it's actually DiBenedetto who got the win. Maybe some people might not like him, but it was actually controversial because the caution came out like meters like before the finish line, which I still don't know why they do that now. I mean, that's happened what, like 3 times. I remember one at Talladega, I think, with Brennan Poole. He got snubbed off of his first win, I'm pretty sure. I think there was like a drag race between Eric Almirola and Justin Allgaier in Daytona one time, and I think that was how much I can't remember on top of my head. But yeah, so that is the Truck Series. Very, very eventful. Happy for Matt DiBenedetto. I'm glad he has finally won in the top 3 Premier Series. And hopefully he continues that stride with Rackley Wall next year, as he's also been signed for next year with Rackley Wall. So hopefully he makes it to the playoffs that time as well, because Rackley Wall, they've been looking pretty good. Next up, first, have a look at the other finishers. So we got Timon Jetski, Jonathan Nemechek down there, Cranton Finger down there as well. Johnny Sauter was also running basically a replica of Matt Crafton's Menards trucks. So I don't know why that was there. But yeah, there's everyone else. Roy Anderson's down there. Dean Thompson once again down there. Lawrence Allen, Jennifer Joe Cobb, Tanner Gray, also myself, all those drivers as well. And there's also Brian Dowsett in 35th. So there's everyone outside of the top 20. So I'll have a look at the Xfinity Series race, and that was won by AJ Allmendinger. If you did put your money on either a colleague, driver, or Austin Hill, then you probably lost a lot of money. In second place behind Allmendinger is Sam Mayer, then Landon Castle, Ryan Sieg, Josh Berry, Parker Kligerman, Ty Gibbs, Daniel Hamrick, Brandon Jones, and Noah Graggs come out of the top 10. Then Riley Herbst, Sheldon Creed, Trevor Bain, Austin Hill, Justin Allgaier, Anthony Alfredo, Jeb Burden, JJ Ailey, Josh Williams, and Jeremy Clemens ran out of the top 20. Plenty of drivers went to the rear. Joey Gaze, due to an engine change. 5, is it 5? Yeah, sorry, 6 went to the rear due to unapproved adjustments, that being Jesse Rugi, Cesar Baccarella, Jeremy Clements, BJ McLeod, Mason Massey, and Noah Gregson. And then, so that being unapproved adjustments. And then 3 went to the rear due to missing driver intros, that being Billy Curry, Timmy Hill, and Harry DeStefano the third. So yeah, when I'm being serious, nothing really happened. Nothing happened. Lap 3, I'll show a video of this because this is actually pretty nice. Ty Gibbs makes a great save after contact with Justin Allgaier. Now he did make contact a bit with the outside, with the outside wall, on the backstretch. Obviously, contact with Allgaier. But I think it was only just the front end of the car that was damaged, and it didn't look too bad. I mean, he was completely fine. It was a good save there. Luckily, he didn't get any more damage from that, and we still need to know what's going to happen to him, especially next year with Kyle Busch went to Richard Childress Racing. Is he going to get that Drew Gibbs racing spot? I don't know. We just have to wait and see, though. But great save either way by Ty Gibbs. Definitely can handle a car. Maybe not his temper, I'll say that. But he's definitely a wheelman behind of a car, I'll say that. Lap 25 and lap 50, both of them stage winners have been Austin Hill. So both the stages, not surprised at all there. Lap 69, Maya Snyder spins on pit road. Lap 111, spun out once again on the backstretch, but with a flat tire. And then lap 113, AJ Allmendinger wins the Sparks 300, tying him and Gregson in the standings. So he's now tied with Noah Gregson in the playoff standings. He's also advanced. He has also locked himself into the next round as well with Gregson. Let's now have a look at the other finishers outside of the top 20. With my mouse, there it is. Other finishers outside of the top 20. Nothing much really. No big like massive surprises. And no playoff drivers out here as well. So everyone ran pretty well. Obviously, Maya Snyder had a very eventful day. But that's really all I can really have to say. And also, Reddit NASCAR. Forgot to mention Ryan Vargas was running a Reddit paint scheme of r/NASCAR, which was interesting. It was weird, but I mean, it is what it is. I guess it was pretty funny. So that's the Xfinity series all done. Let's now move over to the Cup series, and this was actually a pretty decent race. Obviously, not a lot of wrecks really happened, but wrecks doesn't really matter a lot though, especially in super speedways. But it was actually very, very clean, very, very racy. That was won by Chase Elliott, first playoff driver to win in the playoffs. Kind of weird. In second place, very close of getting his first win of the season, Ryan Blaney. Then Michael McDowell, Ross Chastain, Denny Hamlin, Eric Jones, Todd Gilliland, Daniel Suarez, Austin Cindric, and Chase Briscoe around out top 10. Then we got Landon Castle, William Byron, Austin Dillon, Eric Almirola, Justin Haley, Bubba Wallace, Christopher Bell, Kyle Larson, Noah Gregson, Phil Lennon, obviously for Alex Bowman, who had symptoms like concussions, and then Kyle Busch ran out of the top 20. And also Gregson also did pretty well as well, just to keep out of trouble, but he was involved in a wreck. So to the rear, 5 drivers went to the rear. Ty Gibbs, Tyler Reddick, and PJ McLeod went to the rear due to improve adjustments. Bob Wallace went to the rear due to an engine change, and then Ryan Blaney was actually in pit road for a bit after having radio issues. So lap 8, Ty Dillon loses a side window, so that causes the first collision, which was weird. Lap 24, show a video of this. Harrison Burton gets bumped by Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and causes the big one. Also Cindric, Harrison Burton, Joe Logano, Ty Gibbs, Justin Haley, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Noah Gregson, Justin Allgaier, all involved. Allgaier was running in the 62 car, which is why you see him there. I'll talk about Stenhouse for a bit. Stenhouse has not had a good season at all. He's been struggling, mostly, and obviously I don't think he's even in the top 25 if I remember correctly. So he's been struggling a lot. So yeah, I mean, I think Stenhouse was just being a bit too aggressive. This is, I think, also coming to turn 1 if I remember correctly. So unlucky there, obviously, for everyone else who's involved, especially Cindric and Logano. Those two obviously still in playoff contention. Cindric was pretty good there. Joe Logano, not really. I think he was like plus 50 or something above the cut line. Now he's like, I think he's like in 4th place. I think 4th, 3rd maybe in the playoff standings. So not that great for Logano. Lap 45, Cole LaJoie gets into the wall with a flat right front tire. Lap 60, Ryan Blaney wins stage 1 by 0.009 seconds over Denny Hamlin. So I think that's 9,000ths of a second, if I remember correctly, if I could do my maths. Lap 120, Chase Elliott wins stage 2. Lap 183, Daniel Hemrick stalled on pit road with engine issues. Lap 188, Chase Elliott wins the Yellowwood 500 over Ryan Blaney by 0.046 seconds. First playoff driver to win the playoffs and lock himself into the next round, which is a round of 8. So good job for Chase Elliott. Obviously, he's been very, very consistent throughout this whole season. I mean, the last round wasn't that good for him. Struggled massively, almost got eliminated actually on Bristol. Now he is back and running, and he is the first playoff driver to be locked into the next round. So Roval, he's completely safe. Let's have a look at the other fishers outside of the top 20. If we have a look right here, Joe Logano down 27th, and that's the only playoff driver I see outside of the top 20. So pretty good for the other playoff drivers, unless you're a Joe Logano fan, kind of struggling there. Let's have a look now at the standings. So first, start off with the Truck Series standings, and Ryan Majeski still the only Truck Series playoff driver to advance themselves into the next round, which is a round of 4, the championship round. Then we got Chandler Smith, Zane Smith, and Ben Rose along with him as well. Ben Rhodes is also 3 points above the cut line. Then we go Christian Eckes, Stuart Friesen, both them 3 points below the cut line. John Nemechek 5 points below the cut line. And Granny Finger is basically in a must-win situation, 29 points below the cut line. So this round has not been too kind to Granny Finger. And it's totally the rest. Matt Crafton, Carson Hurst from around top 10. Then we've got Derek Krause, Tyler Anchor, Matt Benedetto, Tanner Gray, Corey Heim, Chase Purdy, Kobe Howard, Parker Kligerman, Ryan Priest, and Timmy Hill around the top 20. So some interesting stuff is right now happening over in the playoffs for the Truck Series. 3 points only separating 3 drivers. So I move over to the Xfinity Series, and as I did say, they're both tied. AJ Allmendinger and Noah Gragson, both of them have now made themselves into the round of 8. The rest of the drivers that have been Ty Gibbs, Austin Hill, Josh Berry, Justin Allgaier, Sam Mayer, and Ryan Sieg. I think the rest, Ty Gibbs, Austin Hill, Josh Berry, Justin Allgaier, I think that might be fine. I think that's safe. Sam Mayer plus 12 above the cut line. Ryan Sieg plus 6 above the cut line. Then we got Daniel Hemrick, 6 points below the cut line. Both Riley Herbst and Brandon Jones, 10 points below the cut line. And then we got Jeremy Clements, 47 points below the cut line, so he's in a must-win situation. Then we got everyone else: Leonard Castle, Sheldon Creed, Anthony Alfredo, Brennan Brown, Jeb Burton, Maya Snyder, Brent Moffat, and Alex LeBay ran out the top 20. Now let's move over to the Cup Series. Chase Elliott locked himself into the next round of 8. Then we got Ryan Blaney, Ross Chastain, Denny Hamlin, Joe Logano, Kyle Larson, Daniel Suarez, and Chase Briscoe, who was at one point basically in a must-win situation, but with all the drama happening in Talladega, he's now in the bubble for the top 8. He's actually currently tied with Austin Cindric, so Cindric and Briscoe, they're basically same points level in to the next round. William Byron, with that penalty that he had with Denny Hamlin, he now finds himself below the cut line, 11 points below the cut line. Christopher Bell, who was like first seed at some point, I'm pretty sure, last round. He's now 33 points below the cut line. And Alex Bowman, 54 points below the cut line. He is in a must-win situation after missing out at Talladega with symptoms of concussions. Then we got Tyler Reddick, Austin Dillon, Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick, Martin Truex Jr., Alex Jones, Bob Wallace, and Eric Almirola right out the top 20. And that's really about it for Talladega. Just a reminder that next week's race is at the Charlotte Roval for the playoffs for the Cup Series and Xfinity Series. So that's really about it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Catch you guys all next time in the next one. Goodbye.